Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to another episode of the Ballin in Burgundy podcast. Yeah, we just repping the OG. So I got myself and I got Justin. Justin, what's going on?
What's up, buddy? We got some very huge news
Woo!
today. You know what's up?
Man, let me tell you something. Before we even get into the news and the rumors, guys, I need you to do two things. Hit like and subscribe here on the channel. Hit that little notification bell to let you know every time we upload. That'll enable notifications. And then over to Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter right up above. All links down in the description. We will post immediate news right over there on all three. We got different content on each one, whether it's mock drafts and tweets on Instagram and Twitter, whether it's different comedy stuff on Instagram and TikTok, player personnel and breakdowns all on Instagram and Twitter. The whole we got different things for every source of fun. So you're gonna want to stay tuned over there and go follow us all over there at Ballin in Burgundy Podcast and three of those, and then on Twitter at BIB Podcast 22. You're not gonna want to miss it. But let's get into what everybody is gonna be talking about for the next few weeks. The Washington Commanders this morning at around, what would you say, 12:30
Probably about maybe noonish today.
noon, 12
Big
o'clock noon,
announcement.
12 o'clock at February 1st, 2024. As we're recording this Friday night, you'll see this the following day as usual. The Washington Commanders, Josh Harris, general manager Adam Peters, managing partners Magic Johnson, Mitchell Reyes, and the whole 2,900 others that I don't remember names of, have hired former Dallas defensive coordinator Dan Quinn as the next head coach of our beloved Washington Commanders. This comes after a 3-year stint with the Dallas Cowboys as their defensive coordinator, where they've been top 10 in 2 of those 3 years and at a minimum a top defense at all 3 years. Justin, how did you feel immediately when the news dropped?
Well, at first I wasn't happy because it's Dan Quinn, right? We all saw what he did with the Falcons, and let's take a little history note. The reason why he fell with the Falcons is apparently the rumor had it him and the GM didn't get along together, so he got a bunch of players and they got told to go coach, and he couldn't really control a whole lot. But after, it grew on me a whole lot. You know, did some research, watched him, see
Yeah,
what people thought. He's an excellent leader. He's a player's kind of coach
yeah.
and one hell of a DC.
Yeah. The biggest thing coming out of this, besides Dan Quinn, is all the rumors. JP Finley, within minutes of this news dropping, tweeted on X, text from an AFC coach after Rivera was fired. Quinn is the best coach candidate out there. Will not find a more authentic leader of men with a battle plan for victory. Period. Dot dot dot. Leader, organized, vision, communicator, ball coach. That's my current AFC coach, by JP Finley, and I will trust his sources. That's what everyone's been saying, is he's a great leader, a great communicator. When you have players like Micah Parsons saying, "Love me DQ, but maybe I go where he goes," and you've already seen Jahan trying to sweeten him in to come into DC, saying, "We welcome you with open arms, brother." So, I mean, it's not gonna happen, but it could happen.
Poor Cowboys fans. You're just tearing the Cowboy fans up. They see their DC is gone. And you want to break the other news possibly about the new DC and DC?
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk about it. So, oh, excuse me. When news dropped about Dan Quinn, it was like 11 o'clock a.m. It was real early. Um, but John Keim, another reputable source in the news industry for Washington, shout out to Mr. Keim. He said the name I've heard Quinn has told other teams he'd bring in as defensive coordinator, Dallas secondary coach and passing game coordinator Joe Whitt Jr., but nothing official. But sources have been saying that it is expected that we bring him in. So if we're recording this and news drops at midnight, or this drops when this is uploading, then hey, we got a new defensive coordinator. If not, we'll let's wait and see.
This dude is the best DB coach in the league right now. You've
Yeah,
seen what he did the Diggs and Bland. I mean,
plan.
both DBs in the last 2 years had 10 picks.
Yep. out here breaking records. Bland had like 6 or 7
Pick sixes,
pick sixes. Thank
right?
you. Yeah,
No,
pick
you're
sixes.
good.
I was already say PIs. I'm like, no, that's ain't groupie. Pick sixes.
Here's the thing, though. Let's go back to the Dan Quinn talk, right?
Yep.
A lot of fans have been saying, "Oh, this is Ron Rivera 2.0."
2.0.
BS. Ron
It
Rivera
is.
had maybe 1 to 2 good years as a DC
Yeah.
before he became head coach.
Coach.
In his years, his team wasn't that good. He was top 10 in defense with Luke Kuechly leading the whole defense.
Yep. Hall of
And
Famer.
here's the thing, though, right?
Yep.
Ron Rivera, he basically rode with Cam Newton, rode with the team. He didn't do anything to better that team, right? And
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
and you all see his last, what was it, the last couple of weeks he was DC for a little while.
Yeah.
It's the
Just
most BS cover three, Well,
Tampa
guess what?
2. Yeah.
Tampa too. Guess what? Dan Quinn ain't like that. This man ain't afraid. He
Nope.
has so many connections, so many ties. He can get almost any coach and be like, hey, you're a quarterback's coach. Would you like to be OC? Would you like to do
Yep.
this? Would you like to? He has connections. But let's
Oh, yeah.
talk the talk. Yeah, I get Dan Quinn with the Falcons couldn't do much because the GM, right? Was
Yep.
you know what? The rumor had it.
The rumor has it.
But here's the thing, though. My man is not this cover three Tampa 2 BS DC.
Mm-mm.
He's more cover zero. We're going to go after your tail. We're actually going to
Yep.
blitz. We're going to show you schemes. We're going to get in your head. We're not afraid of hit. And we play fast. Something we failed.
Yeah.
Slow David Mayo. I hope you enjoy your off season in that treadmill if you're ever coming back.
Cody Barton.
Oh, you gone.
John Bostic.
Yeah,
He's been gone.
You want to be a coach? Go coach.
Exactly. Well, speaking of Ron Rivera 2.0, at Craig Hoffman said, just talked to former Seahawks linebacker KJ Rice, someone who has good ties to Dan Quinn. Says he straight up goes, this is not Ron Rivera 2.0. Says Quinn can be a great friend and human, but he'll set you straight in a second if you make a mistake, and the full interview will air on at Team 90s. I'm guessing that's
the Seahawks channel, if I remember correctly.
Thank you.
Yep.
But again, a former player coming to the defense of Dan Quinn, that's big news.
Oh, 100%. And let's talk Dan Quinn for another second.
Yep.
The man was a huge part of the Legion of Boom.
Yes.
Legion of Boom in his DC years had 33 turnovers. That is huge. With Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, Brown and Browner. All them boys, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright,
B Wags,
Cliff Averill. Oh, so many people.
Yep. When you think of defense in the last 20 years, you're like, oh yeah, Ray Lewis and guys like not Tio, Ed Reed and the Legion of Boom. The last 20 years, because it's 2024, the Legion of Boom is coming at your door. And he was a part of that. You want to know who he also has ties to? The San Francisco 49ers QB coach and passing game coordinator Clint Kubiak, who is one of the names that has been tied to Quinn and Peters for our offensive coordinator position.
He'd be a huge guy.
Kubiak.
You gotta watch. Another guy apparently on this OC candidate list. I'm not a fan. Kelly might make a comeback.
Yep.
That's what the rumor has it.
And this was big news coming out of later or earlier tonight as of recording. Whether it's Catch the Blitz or Jeremy Fowler, guys like that, was Dan Quinn's top guy he wants his offensive coordinator is UCLA Bruins head coach Chip Kelly, former Eagles head coach Chip Kelly. And before anyone he starts, and that's not including Justin, well, he was a piece of shit. He can't coach. Here's some statistics for you. UCLA's ranked offense since he took over in 2018. So remember, there's 133 teams total in college football under the NCAA structure, right? So not D3, not that. 2018, 75th ranked. 2019, 65th ranked. 2020, 21st ranked. 2021, 30th ranked. 2022, 4th ranked. And 2023, 32nd ranked. This is with college football rules where the minute you don't like something, oh, transfer portal, NIL, sit out. And he was a top 25% offense for what did I say? 4 out of those 6 years?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was 90
66%.
something and 60, yeah.
Yep. It went 75, 65 into the 20. Yeah, 75, 65, 21, 34, 32. So 4 out of those 6 years, he's in the top 35. There's 131 teams qualified under the NCAA. You're better than over 100 offenses. So
Doing
put that in.
damn,
It's good
oh, it's pretty damn good for that.
for
I mean,
college football.
Oh yeah, and he's not a bad OC. He wasn't the best head coach, but I mean, looking at the UCLA record, not terrible. I mean,
No.
they compete, they make
Yeah.
plays. You know, I remember Chip Kelly back when he was with Philly. His issue, I mean, he fixed his issues. You
Mm-hmm.
can't do the no huddle because he wanted to be one of the first NFL teams where they didn't huddle much at all, and
Right.
it backfired on him. He only lasted like a year or two in Philly.
Yeah.
But he's fixing his mistakes. He's becoming a man. And he's finishing up and looking pretty good as an OC in college.
Yeah.
Now we'll see if he decides to go here or not.
Yeah. Well, there's a big list. Shout out Grant Paulson on X. He said, unless I'm forgetting something, this is a list of all the offensive coaches who have interviewed for OC jobs around the league and are so willing to accept one. And one got reportedly hired tonight for the Raiders. That's Cliff Kingsbury, UCA, USC QB coach and offensive analyst. You have Brian Grease, 49ers QB coach. So I misspoke earlier. So Brian Grease, 49ers QB coach. Clint Kubiak is the 49ers pass game coordinator. Marcus Brady, former Colts OC. Greg Roman, the former Ravens OC. Cliff Kingsbury will now be part of the Raiders coaching staff. Mike Sullivan, the Steelers QB coach. No, thank you. Alex Van Pelt, the former Browns offensive coordinator. Possibly. Nick Caley, the Rams tight ends coach. Perhaps. Tanner Eggstrand, the Lions pass game coordinator. They looked great. Brian Fleury, the 49ers tight ends coach. Okay. Greg Lewis, the Ravens wide receiver coach. No thanks. They can't catch. Brian Johnson, the former Eagles offensive coordinator. No. Thad Lewis, the Buccaneers QB coach. Jake Peets, the Rams passing game specialist. And Nick Holtz, the Jaguars passing game coordinator. So there are a lot of names that could be intertwined with Washington and Dan Quinn and this new era of Commanders football. What are you thinking about this?
Very true. I mean, it'd be nice to give one of the younger. It all depends what we want to do. Do we want to give a veteran guy like Chip Kelly a chance? Do we want to go with a young OC? And not to mention, Dan Quinn has so many ties. What if you got somebody different from that list? It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah.
All I care is if the OC is good enough at the playbook,
right,
enough to get guys we need, build up the team, help whatever quarterbacks under center for 2024, whether it's Howe or some other kid, and just build and develop that QB and help this team score points. EB wasn't the answer.
No,
he might have been the answer the first 5 weeks, but after that, he was a joke.
Yeah, I don't know. Seahawks game was pretty good.
I don't know.
Seahawks game we put up 26, and the Seahawks were a good team.
True, but still, I mean,
I agree.
Some of the games we played this year, like
we
should have scored way more points. You're putting Howe in a position to fail.
Yeah,
your own line can't block. It's time to get the running back to block 6-man.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. I want to run this by you. What is your prediction as of right now before free agency, before coordinators can be interviewed? Because we are 8 days out, almost 7. No. I did it back 9 days out or 10 days out, whenever you see this, from the Super Bowl. So I mean, some coordinators can't be talked to, like some of the San Francisco guys. Who would you take as your quarterback one going into 2024 season? Do you draft or do you stick with Howell?
See, a lot of fans are going to like me for this, but I've had the idea for a couple weeks, probably about a week or so,
Okay,
right? I know Caleb Williams is probably going to be locked with the Bears,
probably.
right? I'm not a fan of May. May reminds me,
Okay.
I don't know, it's weird. He reminds me of a better armed Mitch Trubisky, if that makes sense
I mean, out of UNC,
to a
that's kind of
degree.
ironic.
But very true, though. I mean, you watch him, the
Okay.
mechanics, right?
Right.
Daniels is going to need time, so already Howell's going to start for 2024, you know.
Okay.
Bo Nix is a nice late round, early second round QB prospect who I'd love to take. My
I've.
suggestion is this. No, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, no, finish up.
My suggestion is this, right?
Yep,
Peters loves making trades.
he does.
What if, right? And we have a new DB coach as our DC, right? What if we traded back with the Broncos? Broncos are very, very, very interested in trading up for a quarterback.
They are.
Like they are so interested. Patrick Surtain is available, and they will trade him in a trade package.
That would
I'm
so for those who don't know, the Broncos hold the 13th overall draft pick. You would go from 2 to 13. You'd fall 11 spots.
oh, I don't care because here's what I'll do, right? Oh, hold on before you give me that face, right? The Bears
Right.
takes Williams, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna offer them a pick for not a first, not a second, a third round pick for Fields because Fields is going to want out,
Okay.
right? I'm going to go to the Broncos and be like, look, you want pick two? This is what I want. Patrick Surtain is going to be in the trade deal along with a bunch of picks.
Right.
First, seconds, thirds. We'll say two first, 2 seconds, a third and a fifth, and Surtain's fair.
Okay.
So you got your picks, right? And what we're doing is slowly building. So pick one, I'm going O tackle. Faluga, is
Oh,
that his name?
Oregon State offensive tackle Tyrese Fuaga.
Fuaga. I'm going him because Joe Alt's going to be going.
I don't. I think Fuaga could go top 12 depending on the team.
I don't know. I think there's going to be a QB race and receiver race, and if Brockers is there, some teams going to shoot for Brockers.
I think the Chargers. I think the Chargers could absolutely go Brockers.
I do too because they need tight end, but also they could use edge rush too. With all that
Yeah.
money, I don't know.
True.
That's my thing though because I'm more of right. This is going to be kind of a building year for us. Yeah, we have all this cap space. We have to get our footing set this year.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're not going to the playoffs, but we haven't seen what Howell truly has. And
Right.
Fields, he's special at times. He just needs a coach to actually coach the kid. He's
True.
special. And if you
True.
sit there and have a QB battle with those two, I think with a revamped O line, we're add another receiver too, and a defense with elite cornerback finally.
Yeah.
With them grooming for St. Juice, and Juan Martin and all them
Yep.
boys, and whoever's if Carl's back or not, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
No, go ahead.
I think the defense would be revamped too, and we could actually do something.
Possibly. I misspoke earlier. I said 13th. Broncos are 12th. I misspoke.
No, you're good.
Um,
I knew it
but
was somewhere.
yeah, it's I was one off. My apologies. How could you? My apologies. Right. I think another team who could trade it for QB, Atlanta. They hold the number 8 overall pick.
Very true. Here's my team. Right now,
Yep.
hear me out. How about the Raiders? They just
At
hired Cliff
13.
They just hired Cliff Kingsbury, and he's as high as Caleb Williams, right?
I mean, he was the senior offensive analyst and I believe OC for the USC Trojans.
Yeah. What if Raiders are a sneaky team to move up? You got
That would be monstrous for Chicago to go from 1 to 13.
It would, but
how would you trade that? Max Crosby would not be in the deal.
Devontae Adams could.
So Devontae Adams and DJ Moore?
No, you can't give. I mean, that'd be a good duo, but
It'd be a good duo, but who's your number one?
it'd probably be Adams over DJ Moore.
And then DJ Moore would be upset, so he might want to trade.
He
So now,
wouldn't be upset. They'd just be playing opposite ends.
yeah. So, because Josh Jacobs would need to get paid. Colton, like maybe Colton Miller, the offensive tackle, who's actually pretty good, but I
No,
don't know. I don't know who they like honestly have to like trade up. Because remember, it cost Carolina 2 firsts, like 2 seconds, a third, and DJ Moore to go from 8 to 1. Going from 1 to 13 is
well,
wild.
it is. But here's the other thing, though. Panthers overshot that trade.
They did.
They even flat out said a lot. I can't remember what's his face. There's one of the NFL execs said
Mm-hmm.
the picks were fine. You didn't need to add DJ Moore. And a lot of
Yeah.
the players on the Panthers were very upset. You just overpaid and got your best receiver out for nothing. They should have got more back from that. Like, yeah, if you got more, you could have at least added the second round or
Yeah.
something, second, fourth.
I think I would have. I think instead of DJ Moore, if I was redoing this deal, I would have swapped out DJ Moore for Brian Burns.
That would have been a fair deal too.
Because Burns is going to want more money than DJ. He's a little bit younger. He plays a much more volatile position that Chicago needs. But I mean, DJ Moore worked out well for them. But Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, and Brian Burns as your linebacking unit.
That'd be scary. Edmonds, like,
Ooh.
go ahead.
I mean, I would have rather going up against that than DJ Moore dropping 260 on us.
Very true. Now, honestly, I know this would never happen. I'd love a John Allen and a pick for Tremaine Edmonds. Any day of the week, I'm taking it. I am taking it. I'm doing backflips. Tremaine Edmonds, 25 years old. It's very solid linebacker. I'm not saying he's top 5 or top 10, but he's very solid.
He is.
He's becoming a great leader.
I think A, depends on the scheme for Tremaine, because it also helps he had talent in Buffalo. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, Matt Milano, Traquan Jones, Von Miller for a degree.
True, but he still put up big numbers with the Bears with TJ
He did.
Edwards.
He did, but he did, but you could tell he took a step back.
Well, when you don't have a D line,
Yeah,
before the Sweat deal,
yeah,
you're going to take a step back. Those old D linemen are going to get, it's
Mhm.
not like they have some star D tackle like Ed Oliver or somebody like that
Yeah.
can get off blocks. No.
Yeah. I say Atlanta. I'll go back to this one. I say Atlanta. You go from 2 to 8, so you still stay within the top 10. You could easily get Olufoshanu at 8. Give me a first and a third this year. Or no, a first, a second, and a fourth this year. A first and a third next year, and Kyle Pitts.
Ooh.
Because that is a 6'4" red zone tight end unit on his rookie deal, right? You can phase Thomas out of the offense. Bates and Turner and Hodges and someone else I forget. You can really like comb through them and see who you like. I personally say you keep Cole Turner, personally.
True. Now here. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Here's another one though. Falcons trade to the Chargers. What if Kyle Pitts? They trade Kyle Pitts in a first and some other picks to the Chargers, and Falcons take Nappers.
Oh, Malik Neighbors.
Neighbors. And then in the deal, the Chargers trade what's his face? Anthony, is it Everett?
Oh, Gerald Everett, but I think Gerald is a free agent if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, well, never mind. They won't trade him then.
As much as I like that, I think if I'm the Chargers, I stick at 5 because you could take Brock Bowers on a 5-year rookie deal and phase him into the offense versus Kyle Pitts, who is going to need a little redemption.
True, but Chargers could be like, I could take Kyle Pitts, right?
True.
But also I could get an edge rusher in the top 10.
Also
now
true.
I just sat there and went, wow, guess what, guys? We come out of this first round with a top 15 tight end, and
yeah,
when he's targeted, and an edge rusher who who's cheap, who could be beside Boza.
Yeah.
And now we're golden.
If Bosa even stays in LA.
Oh, dude, if we get a chance at him this offseason, ooh, ooh.
He would be he is too damn expensive.
Very true. But so is
And
Josh Allen, Brian Burns. What are you gonna do?
Brian Burns, Josh Allen only 27. Bosa's in his 30s, plus the injuries on Bosa concern me.
Very true.
That is like, if you were to tell me, would you rather sign Josh Allen and Brian Burns or Joey Bosa? Give me the two players who are 1 year apart, 26 and 27, who are much younger. And when was the last time, man, Brian Burns out for 3.5 or out for 3 months, out for the year. Joey Bosa has a month-long injury every other season or every season. Plus, how old is this? How old is this motherfucker?
30, I think. I think he's
Joey
30 or 29.
Joseph Bosa. This motherfucker right here.
30.
This dude's only 28.
Oh, no, I was wrong.
This, okay, 2016 NFL draft. How are you only 26? Or 28?
Really?
28, excuse me, 28.
I was about to say, wait, my back 2
20.
years?
All right, no, 28. But still, the amount of injuries he has had in his 8-year career is crazy.
Unfortunately. But I mean, even if it was a cheaper deal, I highly doubt it because, Dan Quinn, great guy, could talk a player and sign him here if you wanted to, especially if you're getting an elite defense. I truly think this offseason is going to be getting an elite defense.
It is.
It's going to be a defensive offseason, I think. Yeah, you might take an lineman here, 2 linemen in the free agency. You might take a receiver or tight end.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be defensive free agency.
Yeah. Which we all kind of anticipate is you go defensive free agency, you go offense in the draft.
Yeah, or you can, mainly defense and take it off a couple offense players and vice versa in the draft.
Although I do think one person he will target, and I forget, I think NFL Draft on Instagram had put this out, is what if he grabs another edge rusher out of Penn State who plays really fast and really hard for the Jesus.
Nittany Lions.
Nittany Lions. Thank you. I could not speak.
Nickelodeon.
What do you think I was gonna say? What do y'all think I was? Nah, I got y'all. I see y'all.
This is one of the bloopers.
Exactly. Right. No, is Shop Robinson.
Oh, yeah, him with one or second round picks. Oh, buddy.
Grab him at 36. Maybe grab someone like a Tyler Nubin who's fallen down the big boards for a lot of places. Get him at 40. Pair him up with Cam Curl.
That's if our boy is going to be back or not.
True. I anticipate he'll be back because I think Quinn wants a leader back. Because outside of Kendall Fuller, who's the leader in your secondary unit?
Well, here it's hard, right? It's very hard because Fuller, he's like 15 million. I'm not paying that 29-year-old 15 mil. You all see what happens to the guys who turn 28, 29.
Yeah.
Their play just decreases.
True.
Carl, he's expecting a huge payday too.
I think he'll get a big payday, but I don't think it's gonna be as big as people say.
No, it's going to be probably over 60 plus mil.
I can do 60 mil. I can do 75 mil.
I would love to, but he's been solid. I just wish he'd get to that elite level.
But again, Antonio, go ahead.
Like an Antonio Winfield.
Antoine Winfield.
My bad. Yeah, close enough. It starts with an A, right?
Fair enough.
I mean, you see how he played. He's probably a top 8 safety.
Curl's top 5 right now. I give Winfield credit.
Oh yeah, but Curl was probably top 10. He's borderline 10 to 9, maybe sitting at 11. Yeah. I just wish he can get over, And here's the other thing though. Does he fit Dan Quinn's
system?
His system is a cover 0, cover 1.
Yeah.
He needs that very fast free safety to cover up top, you know.
Yeah,
And that's the thing. His strong safety is normally a box safety. That's the
yeah,
thing. And I just fear Cam Curl might not fit that system.
true.
That's my only issue.
That is true. I think you have to keep him a for leadership because if you're not going to re-sign Kendall Fuller, who is your leader?
St.
B,
Just apparently.
uh,
That's the
no,
only veteran we'd have left.
like, and that's a problem. If St. Jude's is your veteran, that's a problem. Two, I don't think he'll get as much as we're expecting. Shout out to the boys Reedy and Zeke. They talked about this, I think earlier in the week. Is 4 years 100 mil? No, and I don't think you have to offer him 100 mil.
That is way too much. The
It
dude
is
did not
it is a lot.
produce enough. He did not produce enough for 100 mil. That's
Could,
like the
could,
whole. That's the whole Montez Sweat. I don't hate the guy, but
yeah,
when you can't get 10 sacks in the year and you're getting almost 100 mil, you've lost your damn mind.
and then he goes on and put 12 between two teams.
Yeah, that's insane. A guy who
Yeah,
I could see Dan Quinn actually bringing in is Jaron Curse, strong safety for
yep.
Cowboys. He's a guy who he's going to be 20, 29, 30.
Now let me look.
He'd be a the 20 30. He'd be a cheap veteran that knows his system who could probably come here. I mean, he still played at a decent level last year.
Hmm.
He'd be somebody who can come here, right? If you want a cheaper option, and he could probably teach Quan Martin if he wanted him to.
Yeah,
I mean, Quan Martin's he's not terrible. He's
no,
learning.
he is. He is. I think I want to ask this, and then we'll move on
Oh,
with
you're good.
all this negotiation talk. If they offer Cam Carroll 4 years, 80 mil with 42 million guaranteed, could you stomach that?
Me personally, you said 40 mil guaranteed.
For 42, so it's around like 11 and a half a year.
I think 4 years, 60 mil would be a
Okay.
little better. I until Carl could sit there and show
Hmm.
he's top 10. I mean, he's borderline, and like I said, you don't know if it fits his Dan's system or not.
Right.
Like you can go to the free agency, like I said, there's plenty of safeties this free agency.
There are
Like plenty of safeties. I think but Buda Baker's a free agency this year, right?
possibly Winfield is supposed to be, but I do think he will get a big contract.
I don't think so. They got to pay Mike Evans and
And
Baker
Baker.
Mayfield. There's no Way.
Tampa's an interesting situation.
I mean, I could.
Here's my thing then. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead. You
I
say
th
yours, and I'll say a couple things. And be
I
good.
think if you can get Cam's contract early, you don't have to reset the market.
Very true. That's if you can.
If you
That's if
can.
they can.
If you can sign him by draft day, I think you're good.
I mean, I think it has to be way. I'm not franchise tagging him. It has to be
No.
for the free agency.
Yeah,
Has to be. Like you need to get that stuff early.
you
A
do.
couple guys, real quick. A guy or two I'd replace Carl with Xavier
Okay.
McKinney,
Former Giant,
former Giant, and how about Jeremy Chen?
former
Right?
Panther. I think the only issue I have with Chin is again injuries.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. He he only had what 1 year of injuries, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
He had 1 year of injuries, and he might have had a concussion or two here and there.
Yep,
But other than that, the dude lost. He needs a true coach to coach him.
he does.
Jeremy Chen. Jeremy Chen might be a cheaper option to save us money for a Josh Allen, Patrick Queen, maybe a Jalen Johnson.
Yeah,
I mean, Chen, I think 4 years, 45 million, I think, latest I seen.
I think you could do a little bit less than that, honestly.
3 years, 30 mil.
I think you could do
That's even
4 years, 35.
I'd be okay with that. But Jeremy Chin, still a really good player. He's
Yeah.
stuck with this crappy team.
Only
And
25 too.
yeah, exactly. And I love me Cam Curl, but I just think Cam Curl's going to ask too much money, and that's going to go. Yeah, we have the money, but we're not going to pay you that much money.
Yeah.
Like when his dad was, oh, pay him, and he's worth this, he's worth that, and it's like that's not helping the situation right now.
Hmm.
Like
Well,
unfortunately, Cam Curl's market is 14.4 mil a year. Like you're talking
yeah.
almost like Derwin James, Michael Fitzpatrick, Jesse Bates, and Marcus Williams. He's nowhere. He's a tier and a half down before those.
Yeah.
If you want
Jer
my honest pick.
yeah. With Jeremy Chin, he hasn't played a full season since 2021.
Oh really?
12,
Jesus.
12 games 2023, 11 games 2022.
Huh.
He
Gosh.
hasn't had an interception since 2021. He has a single sack every year, so kudos to you. But he had 30 total tackles in 2023 in
So
12
we're
games.
saying we could take a risk on Jeremy Chen, very cheap, and then sign Jermaine Curse to back him up. A veteran, pretty solid veteran, right?
Yeah, Chin would definitely be a risk. I don't know if Peters or Quinn are gonna want to trust that.
You never
It's
know.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know. But I think if it doesn't pan out, he would be the next Ballin. Is he looks great, but that's it. There's
True,
nothing to him.
true. And here's the other thing before we call it a day.
Yep.
Quinn could already have his guy. He probably has his guys in mind. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Quinn's probably already has free agency list of guys he wants to target.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, it helps when you have call it $76 million in cap space, and you could easily make that a cool 90 if you just cut a few players.
oh, then you could restructure a couple and almost have
Yeah.
100 mil. Oh,
It
dude, we
if you can restructure
Terry Payne and
Terry,
Allen,
you could easily get 10 to 12 mil right there.
and then you can sit there either cut you cut Thomas, you can cut Leno and
Cut
Wiley,
Wiley,
and that's probably another 15 mil right there, roughly. I mean,
Nick
alone
Gate.
Logan
Yeah.
Paulson's loan 7 mil. What's his face?
You mean
Leno's roughly
you
9 mil.
you mean Logan Thomas?
Oh, Thomas. So I don't know what I said.
You,
What did I
you said Logan Paulson, but shout out to Mr. Paulson.
say? Hey,
Shout out to the guy.
I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
been a long
speaking.
day.
No, I mean Logan Paulson. I don't know if you heard, but apparently Dan Quinn, after he was fired a couple years ago with Falcons,
Yep.
he called Logan Paulson and asked what he did wrong. What did he do wrong as coach?
Hmm.
And that was a rumor. I just seen this earlier today when
Interesting.
something that impressed them for the interview was Dan Quinn. He wanted to know what he did wrong, and he wanted to better himself as a man and as a coach. And
That's
that's something the leadership took notice and go, huh, this man ain't perfect, but
but
he's a great
he knows he's
leader.
not perfect.
Exactly, he's a great leader, and he's not like Ron, where oh yeah, I'm mediocre. I'm mediocre. We got
Yeah.
who we need. He knows if he screws up, he wants to know what he screwed up on and better it,
Yep.
and sit there and go, it's my fault. I take the blame, and we're moving on.
Yeah.
It's going to get fixed. That's something the ownership took notice. And Logan, I think it was Logan Paulson said something about this today.
Yeah,
About it.
I'll take a look for it, or if you can send it to me, I'll put that in the edit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we covered a lot of ground here, and I'm glad we covered a lot of ground, especially we rocking the OGs. But Dan Quinn, and I'll say this and I'll wrap this up. Dan Quinn was not my first option. We've all exhausted saying that he was not our first option. He wasn't our second, wasn't really our third. Um, but Ben Johnson going back to Detroit, Bobby slowly getting a 5-year deal with Houston, and congratulations to both men. First of all, congratulations to both men getting paid. Congrats on you boys. Mike McDonald taking the Seattle job. Congratulations, coach. go build a good defense out there. I really want to see Anthony Weaver in this building, the Ravens D line coach.
I would love that. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either. But
I truly think Quinn is going to push and pry a couple more Dallas coaches out,
yeah,
positional coaches, because some of them are going to be like, yeah, I'm not going to get to DC. Oh, speaking of Cowboys, real quick, sorry,
hmm
Ron Rivera is supposed to be
Oh
visiting the
yeah,
Cowboys next
ah,
week. I hope they sign that man. I want
that
Michael Parsons to be like, just shoot me or trade me. Just shoot me or trade me. Because yeah,
man.
when Parsons is going to be dropping back into cover three, because Ron Rivera loves blitzing four and playing a cover three because he has all he's got and that's all he needs.
I think if he used Ron as like an analyst, cool, but I don't think he should be coaching anymore.
He lost his touch. Like, I respect the guy, good person. He just lost
Yeah,
his touch.
yeah.
He,
We've said it before with the four of us, with Rio, with Tone. As a man, love him, respect him, and admire the man. Wish we could be a man like that, when we all grow up and everyone, everyone on NFL Network has said it, Ron the coach, nothing but love and respect for. Or Ron the man. Ron the coach had to go.
100%. That man
Had to
needed to
go.
go. He, you can't coach 2002 football in
No,
2024.
nope.
This isn't 2002. You have to adjust to the new football schemes. Teams, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, what's the NFL talk about? Speed, right?
Speed.
Speed, 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 speed. You can't get these slow linebackers like Cody Barton, huh, David Mayo,
David
cough,
Mayo.
cough.
John Bostic.
John Boston. Oh, that dude. Oh, don't even start. I thought Mason
Yeah.
Foster was faster than
She.
Bostic at times. But even I don't know. That could be a tied race.
Yeah.
Snail versus snail. I don't know. But
No.
you can't get these slow guys like
No.
something Quinn and the Cowboys were good at in the last couple of years. They were getting these fast guys. Parsons. Uh, who is it?
Overshown.
Overshown, Armstrong. All these guys
Yeah.
were running 4.4, 4.5, 4.6.
Yeah.
Pretty fast for DN,
And
outside linebacker,
linebackers.
and linebackers. Exactly.
Yep. I
But
agree. I agree. Speed. I mean, speed isn't everything, but it is what the NFL is pushing towards.
true. And speed, versatility, aggressiveness,
Yep. Technique.
technique. That's something. That's something Dan Quinn's high on,
Yeah.
and he's kind of like a better EB. If he has to, you're redoing the drill over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
It's
He will set you straight.
real quick. Apparently,
Yep.
Emmanuel Forbes loves this. He just tweeted something out,
Oh,
emoji with the. He's loving it. There's a lot
hey.
of people loving this hire.
I,
I don't
I
love it yet. I like it
yeah.
a lot. It's just going to take me a little while to get used to it.
I think Dan is a player's coach and will like connects with the players. That's why your Micah Parsons and your Diggs and your Gilmores played for the man. It's because you can coach him. And
Oh
he's
yeah,
human. He's a leader of man, a leader of men. He knows how to build a winning defense. Offense, that was Mike McCarthy's deal. But he knows how to build a defense, but he also knows how to get people to play for you. Jack could never get someone to play for him.
no. I mean,
Ever.
another guy. I know we're done talking about free agency. A cut candidate, Khalil Mack. Hell, you telling me 8-9 million for 2 years? 2 years or 8 million a year, 9 million a year for a
I
guy who's still
think
playing consistent? I'd
I
take him.
think I think he'll get more than that, honestly.
He might. You never know. But
Return of the Mac. Oh, sorry.
Mac, I'd no, you're good. I'd love to see like a Khalil Mack because I'm pretty sure he's going to get cut by the Chargers this coming up.
Or even traded.
I don't know if I want that big contract though. That's what I'm like.
I
If you cut him, you get like a 2-year deal. He could be an edge rush to like somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, Mac is a weird one. I think just age and contract are just the ones that turn me off.
Well, it'll turn me on if he gets cut, and we'd be like, "Hey, come play for us." We got Dan Quinn, a
Yeah.
guy who you met, and you kind of like, you know. You got a hell of a DC
Yeah.
who's going to be pretty damn good. In another, I know I don't want to go back to this rabbit hole, but another guy, Jair Alexander, he deleted all his Packers stuff. He might be another guy to be out the
Yeah.
door soon.
Possibility. Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying break the bank. I'm just saying get a
P
couple
qu
guys,
quality.
quality, and like we're not talking this. Oh yeah, I found me the next Luke Keithley. It's Jared Mayo.
No.
Hell no, he's not. No,
Well,
we
well,
need.
well, well. Jared Mayo's the New England new head coach, and congratulations to Coach Mayo.
Ha ha, good one. Ha ha ha.
Congratulations.
Wrong Mayo.
You're talking about David Mayo.
David Mayo. Oh my God, did I say Jared Mayo?
You said Jared Mayo. That's why I had to correct you.
Jesus,
I was like,
you
this man.
had, dude. You have to. It's like 11 o'clock right now, recording this.
It is
You need to correct me. But David Mayo, he's not the next Luke Keithley. I'm sorry.
no.
He got to go. Hell, I think probably
Ni
play better.
Neither is Jamin Davis, and I don't see him making it too far unless he really, really improves.
I think Jamin Davis might be a trade candidate.
I think no, I don't think he drink it. I'll say this and then we'll wrap things up. Hot take and hot take alert. Woo woo
Woo woo
woo.
woo 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 woo.
Sound the alarm.
Woo,
Move
woo, woo.
move Jamin Davis to edge rusher. He's
I
shown
would
you.
like that.
He's shown you can get to the quarterback.
I don't. I think he'd be a decent edge rusher. It's all it's all to see where Dan Quinn thinks he's going to be.
Yeah.
And back to what I was saying real quick.
Yep.
Before we wrap this up, Dan Quinn with Peters because apparently we had ties somewhere. I can't remember where they had ties. That's a good duo, and I think they're going to bring a lot of talent in.
Yeah.
From Peters being a talent freak from the draft and free agency and trades, to Dan Quinn being a very, very highly respected coach who a lot of agents like him as a person and coach. So that might be a benefit for us.
It is.
Very much
is.
That means this would be time. And hell, I'm trying to think the last legit dude we got. I was pretty damn good.
Out of the draft, out of the draft, or out of free agency?
Out of free agency. That's probably the best dude who's came in the last 10 years that we signed. It's not Zach Brown, the linebacker. He had a couple good years. DJ Swearinger, he was decent until he got cut. Ran his mouth to Jay Gruden. Don't run your mouth to your coach, kids. Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah,
that's how you make your whole team run. Since you can't get cut. I mean, I think Curtis Samuel, he's nothing special.
But plays well.
Plays well, but not Deshaun Jackson well.
Fuller has been consistent for us. Logan
Fuller's
Thomas
probably number 2.
Logan Thomas is up there.
Thomas is no.
Really?
He just couldn't stay healthy enough, and he couldn't produce.
But I think when he is healthy, like he's shown this season, he can produce.
He can when given the target. But the best couple free agents we've signed in the last 10 years got to be Deshaun Jackson at 2014, I think.
Yep.
2013 or 2014.
I think it's 2014.
I thought so too. And then you got Kendall Fuller, who we traded in the Alex Smith deal, who was like, oh no, I wonder who got traded. And found out he was traded and was like, oh damn, it's me. They should have traded somebody else.
It's me, Austin.
Yeah, man.
It was me all along, Austin.
But I can't think of anybody else to be number 3, but maybe Samuel. That's a sad list. A healthy Deshaun Jackson. Oh, cool. That dude's elite. Fuller, healthy. All right, he might be top 15 corner. Samuel, healthy. All right, dudes should have done more returning stuff. but
Yeah.
he'd probably pull a hamstring. No offense. And when he was targeted, he came clutch, but he's just not a number 2 guy.
Right.
Samuel at best is number 3, and that's what probably crippled Terry this year. Other
I
than
mean,
the lack of
scheme
receptions.
and
Oh
scheme
yeah, and scheme. Don't
and
get me
scheme.
wrong.
Yep. But
And it's like I'm scared this offseason. What if this new OC Terry don't fit the scheme? We are fucked. You better trade Terry for picks or a veteran or something. Because if Terry don't fit the new scheme and whoever the new OC is, we are fucked. That's
it's
our
gonna be
whole offense right there.
yeah, it's gonna get real interesting what happens with offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, um, all that. But with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap things up. It's been absolute loaded. We went all over the place with this episode, talking about free agency and drafts and new head coach, and new DCOC. But we got a lot done tonight. So like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe here on the channel and hit the notification bell to let you know every time we upload. We are 1 subscriber away from 200 subscribers.
100.
We are away from 200. You could be the next one. But a lot of people, over 80% of those who watch our videos are not subscribed, and that hurts us, right? That hurts all
Oh,
4 of us. It hurts. It absolutely hurts. Because then if you're not subscribed, then we can't, we don't know who's actually watching, and then we can't get, monetized in the future. And like, if you subscribe, it takes 5 seconds. Just click, ding, and you're done, right? It doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps us build every time we want to talk about, do an episode, because we got guests coming on throughout the off season. We got ideas coming out throughout the off season, so you guys are not going to want to miss it. So you're going to want to stay subscribed, and you're going to want to subscribe here. You're going to want to head over to Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter to go follow all of us all over there. Up to date news will be on all of our social medias over there. You're not going to want to miss it. Anything else you want to add, Justin?
No, guys, we just we don't do this to get famous. We do this because we love our team. We wanna get our voice out there. We want to hear your guys' thoughts.
Yep.
I mean, we did this to be famous. We'd be making bank, which we don't make bank. We
Shit.
do. We get zeros, bro. I don't know about
Broke.
you, John. Added me another zero on my paycheck.
Oh,
So
I'm
instead of
broke,
getting
baby.
instead of getting 0, 0, 0, I get 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
but we do this for you guys. We do this on our off time. We do this when we have time. Some of us, like me, I work a lot.
Yep.
John does his school
I'm in
work,
school.
everything. Chris and Andrew, they're all in school, man.
Yeah.
We come here, we get this episode on, and we have fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe one day if you're ever interested, hit us up. Join our pod for a day.
Come on as a guest. We'd love to have you. Hey, we're probably gonna go live for the draft, so you're gonna want to come into that live stream and chat with us and talk with us and give us your predictions and your reactions. We want to hear you guys. Every comment, we do our best to talk to you guys in the comment section on Instagram, on the comment section on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube. We want to hear you guys talk. Man, I can't believe someone said that. Man, did you hear Real last week saying he sucks? Man, we want to hear you guys. So you're going to want to subscribe so we can hear you. Your voices matter. CM Punk once said, we are the voice of the voiceless, and we want to hear you.
Oh hell yeah, we do want to hear you. You might have something different from us, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
You heard what we talked about earlier. You heard my idea about a trade back. John has an idea. He might want a quarterback. You might sit there and go, well, how about we take this? How about we do that?
Yeah.
We want to hear about it. We want to see
hear
in the comments. We want to see you on TikTok, that's Twitter, the Instagram. I don't have Twitter, but I might make one soon. But we want to see you active.
We want to hear you guys.
We do. Hopefully, you guys have a great rest of your afternoon when you see this.
Afternoon, night, whenever you guys see this. This should be out tomorrow afternoon, but if you see this at night, in the morning, we hope you guys have a great night, a great afternoon, a great day. Hope you guys are as excited and as optimistic as we are, because now we are officially going into the off season. It's almost Super Bowl time. So next episode, we will give our Super Bowl predictions and who we think we will win. And if we win, I just want to see CMC get a ring, but that's just me.
Me CMC. Too. I'm tired of the Swifties.
I am too. Hey, CMC for MVP. That's my vote.
100%. Dude's going to rush 150 yards for 2 TDs. Hot
Shit.
take.
Hey,
Hot
hot
take.
takes. Hot takes. Hey, you love to see it. But like I said, guys, like I said, like, subscribe, go follow us all over on the social medias. And don't forget to stay balling. We see y'all out there.
See you guys.